Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's episode 2065. I'm Mike Matthews. It's early.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I like to comment on how early it is because I find that amazing. There's no sunlight right now. Okay, just a little bit. It's like hazy because there's going to be a couple clouds and they're going to burn off and it's going to be really hot. That's how it is in the Bay Area lots during the summer. It's Mike Matthews. What are we going to do? We're going to do this podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Live from Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont, the last place on earth where we have
Mike's
remained open,
Daily
maybe illegally,
Podcast.
During this coronavirus.
Oh, my.
Anyway.
But everybody that's here at Cafe Anyway, no one's going to sue anybody, are they? I said what? Uh-oh.
Something must be wrong with you.
Well, anyway. Cafe Anyway. Maybe there'll be some lawsuits. Oh, there's going to be so many lawsuits at the end of... Well, as time wears on, I mean, the stations that opened up early, how many people are going to sue their government, their local mayor? That it's going to just be... It's going to be... Good time to be a lawyer. Although, I just heard this morning that during the coronavirus, a lot of legal places had to let people go. They just couldn't keep it. But that makes sense because in a lot of the courts, there wasn't cases being done because they couldn't figure out how are we going to do this if we got a social distance and we got to wear face masks. By the way, I should do this podcast with my face mask on. I finally figured out the right way to put it on, so this is me with my podcast, my face mask on. I'll take it off now. Okay, I was at Costco yesterday, and the toilet paper's back. Yes, can you believe that? Wow. Podcast picture today.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Toilet paper's back. Podcast picture today is of toilet paper. That I saw. That would be a typical My lovely lady friend took a funny picture with some cereal. We'll just say cereal we were just having a fun. We have to shop. I can't, the Costco runs, I could do them myself, but my lovely lady friend always wants to come with me. She loves it. She's so into it, so she comes along. Basil used to come along, but now it's like, he's like, no, that's okay, I'll stay home. This picture is of an interesting little lake. And, yes, Basil was there too. He's implied, or should we do this picture? One of the bridges at the... Yeah, we will do that one. Okay. Yeah. There's so many good. I took quite a few trips to Santa Cruz over the years. I haven't been in since October of last year, where I stayed at an Airbnb where the guy that owned the Airbnb lived on the premises. And in the tiny little room that he put us in, right next door was this kitchen. And it was just before Thanksgiving. My birthday falls around Thanksgiving. And this guy was banging around in the kitchen all morning. He started like earlier than now. That's how early it was. Just stuff crashing around. Oh, where's my crashing sound effect? There we go. Cooking. Oh, it was terrible. I couldn't sleep. Awful. Makes me... That's the last time I went and stayed at an Airbnb, and I don't think I want to go back to any Airbnbs ever again. But in 2013, yes, 7 years ago, I was in Santa Cruz with Basil the Boxer, and this picture was taken of this interesting area, this neat little lake. I could show you, or should we do the bridges one? And we'll go with this little lagoon thing. in the near Santa Cruz, because everybody always shows the pictures of the beach. God, I miss Santa Cruz for some reason right now. Anywho, see that picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. Australia is staying closed until 2021. This is some of the news that I have picked up today as I drove into work. How is that going to happen? So they're apparently, all you people that think the coronavirus is over with and you can just walk around without face masks and stand right next to each other. Everybody here at Cafe Anyway, by the way, at least 8 feet apart. It's a good space. And, it's not like opening up the country. It's saying everything is fine. Let's get back to work. Let's breathe on each other.
We had to make the move, and we decided to make the move.
Maybe not the best move to make right now, but, we need to give each other some space.
There's not a person in this room who hasn't done that.
Give each other lots of space, which I am totally for. I don't like the whole... there's some countries where everybody gets really close to each other when they talk. I like it. I like a nice bit of... You stand on the other side of the room when we talk. That's great. Don't get close to me. Be a Police song. Be Sting. And don't stand so close to me. At any rate, Australia is saying, back the heck out. You're not coming in. Stay away. We're fine. Just leave us alone. We're a huge country. We've got all the Vegemite we can eat. We've got men at work somewhere in the country, or maybe Colin Hay isn't here anymore. I don't know. But hey, we're fine. Leave us alone. So then there's PG&E yesterday. Big news about the lawsuit going on there. They're getting sued for all the deaths during the campfire. Oh, remember how awful that was? It's just people getting trapped in Paradise, California. I hear, okay, so there was a friend of my mom's that lived there. And as we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro, Valleymont. In fact, this guy, he came, that's right, he was my mom's date to my wedding. That marriage didn't last, but he came to the wedding. I remember he was just this odd, weird guy. As odd and as weird as he is, I hope he's still alive. My mom lost touch with him a long time ago, but he was from Paradise. He liked Paradise. He retired there. There were a lot of retirees and a lot of people that well, suddenly they're on hell on earth. So PG&E getting sued, going bankrupt, got homicide charges against them. Meanwhile, a little bit closer to the Bay Area, to Podcastro Valley, Eric Swalwell, our representative, the guy that apparently did such a good job in the short amount of time he's been our representative. I think he's only been a representative for as long as I've lived in the Bay Area. And now he gave up the presidential bid. But hey, he's got, he sends me emails. I shouldn't be so mean. Why do I have to be so cruel, rude, as the song? Did I keep that email he sent me? Oh, shoot, I can't find it. Well, at any rate, he sends me emails saying this is what I'm doing about Black Lives Matter, is what I'm doing about coronavirus, this is how I'm gonna get Trump kicked out of office, and all this stuff. Oh, if you want to go hiking with me, I'm doing that this weekend. If you want to email me, Mike Matthews, you can email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. So he's got a big old beard now. He looks like a lumberjack, and he's okay. Now they've come up with some sort of medicine to help you if you have the coronavirus. It's not a cure, but if you have it, it will keep you, let's just say, from dying. It will keep you alive. So they've got that working out getting so close to trying to cure this thing. But as they say, death gives life meaning. Oh yeah, we went dark here on Mike's Daily Podcast today, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. A little bit. That is not me playing the piano. Although at the beginning of the show, that was me playing the piano. I guess I can brag about that. though I shouldn't. It is a sensitive world, though, my friend. At no time on our planet Earth has these words been uttered so succinctly.
But if you get offended, that's the way the cookie crumbles. No.
People, and that's, what is it, Tommy Smothers from the Smothers Brothers show? From the episode that got canceled, that got the show canceled on CBS. And mind you, these guys were talking and speaking out about the Vietnam War, the injustices of 1968, 67, late 60s. And he said, okay, you know, sometimes you're going to offend people. However, it's what do you call it? It's the cancellation world today, where people get canceled for saying things, just anything. And you know what? I'm sorry, if you get a little too sensitive in this world, you never know who you're going to offend. And you may be the most cautious person on the planet, not going to offend anybody. Oh, you're going to offend someone, my friend. The only way, the recipe for pleasing everyone is you can't please everyone. It's impossible. There's no recipe. You always end up making someone mad. By the way, the word pea picking, don't say that, because that apparently is offensive too, because that references the migrant workers in the early part of the Depression. In the Depression, they were so poor, and they made horrible wages, and they picked peas. So pea picking apparently is bad. Even though if you Google that phrase, you will see there are lots of recipes for a pea picking cake on all kinds of recipe websites, food.com and such. But something that's even more sad than that, maybe, is that there are no more Cricket stores. I used to have a Cricket phone. It worked. It was not crazy expensive to have it, the plan. But it was, let's just say, my phone was crapping out. And, the first phone I got was only $1. That's right, because they had this special plan going on. So I had this nice smartphone for $1. Would you buy that for $1?
I'd buy that for $1.
And then, now no more Cricket stores. Those stores were very green. There was usually some very green employee, someone maybe their first job ever, surrounded by all these things that were overpriced, all kinds of gadgets and whatnot. So those are gone. And I remember talking to one gal as I was walking my dog. He wanted to go into the store and just lay down. This was as Basil was getting older. And he just laid down in her store. I remember talking to her for a while. And, well, we were just talking about Basil. But speaking of which, dogs and animals, we're jumping around today. I had just a bunch of coffee yesterday, and I jotted down some things. They have, you know, that go-to meeting thing? Now they have goat-to meeting. And you get goats involved.
You look like a succulent baby lamb.
When you go to the goat-to meeting. That's what Pelosi's saying. It should be mandatory wearing masks. I'll agree with that. I was at the Costco yesterday. Everyone had masks on. I took mine off for a second because I had it on backwards, because I'm that kind of a guy. And Putin apparently has a disinfection tunnel. I'm not going to say any more than that. And then I guess I will have to just say that I'm really amazed at that Richmond statue removal program that they have going on. They're doing quite a lot of work. The Richmond statue removal program. I don't know. It's an impromptu statue removal program. I mean, they just suddenly emerged, and we've never liked that statue. It's gone. While you're at it, guys, there's this ridiculous statue to I can't think of any statues in the Bay Area. I was going to reference something. We have interesting modern art around the Bay Area. That's how progressive we are. Oh, that's interesting. There's a Father Sarah statue I remember back in Ventura when I lived in downtown Ventura. Well, there you go. Oh, and by the way, real quick, the reason why we hoard and why now at Costco there's a bunch of toilet paper, because it's done, because people aren't as scared anymore. It is a reaction. It goes to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. the pyramid that you need to, at your most basic needs, you need to take care of first. So in order to eat, to put food and water inside of you, and to get rid of the things that are inside of you. And so toilet paper had to do with the latter. And so people bought a lot of it because they were just, when they freak out, they need, it's amazing. Well, you remember around the time of the PG&E fires last year, there was all the water disappeared in all the stores. So people hoard but what they hoard is fascinating to me. And that's why I do this podcast, is to ask these questions and try and make life a little more humorous for you, to show you all the craziness that is out there. But we're going to get through it. Just be careful. Wear your masks. Do the remote view video casting to your friends. Don't go and actually see them. If you do see them, outside, at least 6 feet apart. Keep that. Remember, the coronavirus, when it gets airborne, that's when you got to worry. That's why we have the face masks. Just the basic stuff. And wash the hands. Keep washing the hands. Apparently, when you use even Purell, you need to move that around your hands, rub it in for at least 30 seconds, they said. Look who's out here outside a cafe anyway, standing at least 8 feet apart. Oh my God, he's a Chely Shoehart, good chef supervisor. Why do we add the extra 2 feet? Because we want to add a little buffer zone. And just be extra careful. Okay, Mike Matthews, that's a good answer. Let's rush it to see the other people. Hello, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, extra buffer zones don't help. Next show, it'll be the wonderful... Wait, you didn't do your thing. Oh, yeah, extra buffer zones don't help. There we go. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.